Record of not being eliminated in the first stage of a domestic cup competition in his entire managerial career, which is quite something.
Not bad, is it? Yeah, they were very professional, Man City. Second half did what they had to do. Made a couple of changes, which we expected. Rodri went off with when he was on a yellow card. Yeah, they saw the game out. They were really impressive. Did the job in the first half. Chelsea were a little bit better second half, but too little, too late.
Yep, very comfortable.
Yeah, I mean, you know, when you're speaking about City, you sound like a little bit of a broken record in terms of they do the same thing every single week. Yeah. They might not always score, might not always win, but they've got a system. They stick to it, and whether they play with Haaland and De Bruyne, or you know, they're bringing Gomez, who I thought was outstanding at the left back, Alvarez up front as well, Cole Palmer, Foden in the centre. Yeah. I just thought they all gelled perfectly today.
One more to mention, Riyad Mahrez.
Oh, yes.
Man of the match. And we can hear from him. Here he is with Kelly Summers.
Riyad, congratulations. 2 more goals for yourself. Man of the match and into the next round. Just how good was that from City tonight?
No, I think it's good to have played like the way we played and to score 4 goals and to keep a clean sheet. I think it was a good day for us, yeah.
Let's start by talking about that free kick that opened the scoring, because that was special, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, to be fair, it was good. I think I don't know. I think someone touched a little bit, so he made it a bit faster. But it was good to start with, and I think after we played very good. Yeah.
As for the second penalty, we saw Alvarez take the first one. You took the second one. What was the thinking behind that?
No, I was gonna take the first one, but Julian asked me, and I said, yeah, of course, you can take it. He's a striker, so in his goals and stuff, so it's good for him. And the second one, I wanted to take it, and yeah, it's good. I think everyone has been involved today, and it's very good, yeah.
As for City overall, still in all the cups, and the FL Cup quarter-final to come this week as well. You'll face Oxford or Arsenal in the next round of the FA Cup. Just how good a position are you currently in?
Sorry, I didn't hear.
Just how good a position are City currently in?
Of course, it's good. We always, every season, we try to be involved in every competition. We're still in all the competition, and I think we have to keep going, because we deserve it, and the way we play, we have to keep doing that way.
Well done tonight. You are the player of the match. Congratulations.
Thank you.
There you go, Riyad Mahrez, and he got things on the way, didn't he, with that cracking free kick, Micah?
Yeah, it was outstanding. I thought all game. It dictated. He really gave the defenders a real problem, but this is excellent finish.
Tiny deflection.
Takes a little bit of a nick there that helps it on its way. But the technique he's got, and his first touch, immaculate. The way he just sets attacks up. Yeah. He scored against Chelsea midweek, scored again today. So
they couldn't handle him. Yeah. Couldn't handle him today. Wherever he went across the front, too good for them.
Wasn't long after that I mean, we didn't really know what was going on, was it? It's Havertz inadvertently handballed it, but there was no doubt it was a penalty.
No, it was a definite penalty. He's gone up with his that left arm, isn't it? There you go. And yeah, VAR got it absolutely right. Kepa tried to play the old mind games, didn't he? But
he nearly got it, but
yeah, he got an arm to it, but
not enough.
Decent pen. What 5 or 6 weeks he's had.
Not bad, is it?
Yeah, he deserved it. He played well.
That wasn't the peak of his 5 or 6 weeks. I don't know. Phil Foden became the only player who scored in each of the last 5 seasons of the FA Cup with a sublime team goal. Beautiful play from Walker.
He's been outstanding. Normally you see Walker going inside with the rest of the fullbacks, but today he spent a lot of the time down the wing making a difference, overlapping on this right-hand side. But this epitomises a Man City goal. Sucking people out, can he switch from one side to the other, waiting for the overlap. You know, Mahrez could go either way there. He decides to go with Walker. Has he got the composure to pick out Foden? And he has. And this is
cracking goal, that, isn't it?
One of the best goals I've seen this season. Beautiful team goal, and fully deserved.
Yeah.
You were getting rather excited at that stage, weren't you?
Well, like you was with Newcastle yesterday until you lost.
Really? You like Foden in the little hole there, almost like a 10.
It just gives... We talked about it at the World Cup. I think when he's isolated on the left or the right, we're not seeing his true self. His true... The way he can get on the ball, the manipulate it, the way the spaces he gets into, the timing of when he releases the ball, his technique, and then he's coasting into the box. I think it's difficult, isn't it? De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva, but Foden, I would just love to see him in this central role because he's got so much to his game.
Yeah. The fourth goal, what do you think? Penalty or not?
Yeah, it was a penalty.
It looked clumsy, wasn't it?
To get excited about, but you can't complain with that because they did the job in the first half. But they work it really well again, and yeah, it was a penalty.
Didn't get
him down.
Well, he's coasting in again, Alan.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
what I mean? It makes a difference. I think sometimes watching Man City at times, because they've got Haaland and it's the form that he's in, they tend to force the ball so much in terms of they're looking for that killer pass every single time. I think when Foden's in there and the way the build-up, and he did outstanding for this penalty. Beautiful technique there from Mahrez.
It's interesting listening to him, isn't it? Say, well, I was on the first one, and he asked me if I could have that, and then the second one I thought, yeah, I'll have it myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's missed a few.
He's missed a few. Saw all of them. Yeah. But yeah, they was deadly today, Man City. They really.
What about Chelsea, though? Tough day. I mean, they were beaten by half-time. They showed a little bit of spirit in the second half. Yeah, something.
He made a couple of changes at half-time, which was no surprise. Yeah. They had a little bit more energy second half, tried to put a couple of tackles in, which they didn't do
but overall,
at all first half.
Enough.
Nowhere near good enough. It's a big week coming up. They got Fulham and they got Palace in the next two league games. They have to show more than they showed today. We've said it. We know they've got injuries. With so many of them, it is tough for them. But that doesn't stop the players out on the pitch putting the shift in, having an attitude, showing that they belong in a Chelsea shirt. Yeah. So the next two games are so important for them.
Yeah, it's been a great weekend for the FA Cup, and there's been a big upset at Villa Park, where Stevenage have come from behind against Aston Villa. This was a penalty incident that led to the equaliser. And there you go, just saw his grab his shirt there, and then he tripped him over as well. And Dendoncker was shown a red card. So Jamie Reid knocked it in comfortably in the 88th minute. And then 2 minutes later, I mean, I don't know what Villa's defenders are doing there, but they've given from a corner. Dean Campbell got all the space in the world and knocked it home for... well, that's a sensational victory, isn't it?
It's just brilliant.
Brilliant, yeah.
This is why we always say it, though. This is why we do love the FA Cup.
Yeah. Well, sometimes we do. We didn't like it yesterday, did we?
I don't know. Let me ask you a question. Do you think that's the best victory of the FA Cup weekend, or the one by Sheffield Wednesday?
No, I don't want to sound sour grapes.
You sounded sour grapes yesterday when I was watching.
I give Sheffield Wednesday great credit because they deserved it.
It always delivers the third round, doesn't it? There's always a couple of
something. Yes.
There always is.
It's fantastic. Where do Man City go from here?
One game at a time. In
quarter-final, they've got midweek.
Quarter-final, but
Southampton?
It sounds ridiculous, but City have not actually been playing their best football
since the break. Well, it's a very distinct season, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. But you got Cancelo, who needs to get back into form. Walker played very well today, and then Laporte got back after having his injuries as well. There's so much more to come from this team. Like I said beforehand, I think when Haaland plays, and he's been outstanding, we're not questioning that part, but they're too quick to play the ball forward quickly instead of taking the time and wearing the opposition.
Do you think there's a slight sense, perhaps, that even despite the amount of goals that Haaland's scoring, which is comfortably past one a game, that perhaps City are better without him? Is that what you're saying?
No. I'm not going to be quoted saying they're better without him.
You sound like a Man City ambassador.
Not me. No, they're not. I don't think they're just different. I think Erling Haaland was to add a different dimension to what they had. But sometimes I think they go to him too much rather than that lovely build-up that they have.
Yeah. And for you, Haaland, he could make the difference between winning a Champions League. Or?
That's what they've brought him in for. I think Pep himself has said it. It would be incomplete if he wasn't to win to the Champions League. So that's what they brought him in for.
What about the way that Pep, not only obviously tactically, we know that he's obviously a mastermind of football tactics, but he does get so much out of his players every game, doesn't he?
Yeah, what helps is
that... You don't see a dip like you see with other teams.
But what helps is if you've got the backup of the players that he has, because the threat of, if you don't play well today, then you're out. I'll bring someone else in.
But it's also difficult to please that amount of players as well. So
that's why he has to switch it around as he does, and given the likes of Phil Foden and Mahrez and keeping them all involved, That's how you can get a shift out of different players when you've got the strength of the backup that he has to half make a difference.
Do the players like him as a bloke? Not as a coach, as a bloke.
Oh, they absolutely love him.
Yeah.
He's
sounding like the ambassador again.
You just asked me the question, I give you the answer. They absolutely love him, Gary. Yes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's brought so much success, and the players will record.
Forget on the field. We know he's a genius, but he's a really humble guy as well off the field. You see him when the winner he's out with the boys.
He has to win the Champions League, though.
Well, he doesn't have to. He's won it twice.
With Manchester City.
I understand what you're saying, but it's a knockout competition, though, isn't it? It's not.
Anything can happen in that.
Yeah.
I mean, four leagues.
So that's a yes or a no then?
Well, four leagues out of the last 5 seasons is not bad.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying he's done an unbelievable job and he's a great coach. But even he himself said it. For him to feel complete here, then he'll have to
feel complete.
Complete may be complete, but Tuchel won the Champions League not so long ago.
Would you like to discuss this a little bit further, because we've got some other programmes. Thank you, Micah. Thank you, Alan. That's it from us as City smash Chelsea. They are formidable. Goodbye.